Welcome to Taming the Chaos of Entrepreneurship. Today, I am joined by a very special friend. Her name is Stephanie Duke. It was about a year ago that I decided to start this business, and I came across a Facebook post about a women's group of entrepreneurs, and I went to this little group. Let me tell you something. I was scared to death. My armpits were so sweaty driving up to that place. In my mind, I pictured all these women in here in power suits and high heels, and I was going to walk in and not belong. That's how I pictured it, okay? And
Okay.
so I'm just saying that because I am not the only woman that has done that and talked yourself out of going to networking events because you don't
Yeah.
belong or
Yeah.
because you're not successful enough.
Yeah.
And I got sat at a table with Stephanie Duke and several other people, and I quickly learned that it was a whole group of people just like me that were just women that felt something inside of them that said, I want to do something more. I want to do something different. I
Mm.
want to build something. And they
Yeah.
felt like they had a legacy inside of them. And all of them have struggles. Even in that table that day, I learned what Stephanie does. I'll tell you a second. I was able to just tell about a struggle that I was having with a complete stranger that day. And so if you're out there and you're thinking, I want to go to these entrepreneur groups, I want to go to these networking groups, but I'm so scared. Just go ahead and go. Just put on some extra deodorant and eat a
Good
mint because you're
advice.
going to stink and go because you're going to meet somebody like Stephanie Duke. So I'm super excited to have you here today, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Stephanie is what we call a senior advisor. She's certified to what she does is she helps, and I kind of knew there was something like this because I've kind of seen it like in commercials a little bit, but I didn't know there was people. Okay, so Stephanie is like your realtor for finding your parents a place if once they need somewhere to live. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, all that.
Yeah.
So assisted living, memory care, even rehab. Do you do rehab, Steph?
I can make a recommendation for
Okay,
rehabs, but I don't get paid a referral for that.
okay, okay.
But I can tell you from my experience, my mom went to this rehab and she had a good experience there. I could tell you that personal experience.
They're also interrelated. You know what's going on in the DFW area at all the
In
places.
in in my little circle, I can tell you about the rehabs where my mom went,
Yeah.
but those Medicare places don't pay me a referral, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Wah, wah.
so she comes from her background is she worked for a long-term assisted and independent care place
Mhm,
and got paid a nice salary
mhm.
and commission for when she moved people in. And she decided she didn't like those games a lot and she wasn't enjoying life and she wanted to help the people she wanted to help. And so she ventured out right about a year ago, right?
Mhm.
Right
Yeah,
about a year ago,
yeah.
and decided she could do this for herself. So tell us, how's it been going?
It's been going great. I'm so glad that I did branch out on my own a little over a year ago now. I can't believe it. But yeah, I've worked in senior living for many, many years as in sales and marketing. So I have a lot of experience in the field, but always working as an employee, but not working for myself. So that was a big,
So
big leap of faith.
were the networking events new to you?
Um, no,
No,
I would
because you
go
were
to
already in
networking.
marketing.
I was in marketing and networking before representing the company that I would work for. Um, but I didn't go to like business owner networking before. So when
Yeah.
I first met you, that was a different type of group. Um, but I am more of an extrovert type of a personality than
Yeah.
you are,
Yeah.
unless I'm just
Your
having
pits weren't sweaty coming in?
no. Usually I love attention and all that, unless I'm having a moment. And if I pull up to an event and I'm not feeling it, I will turn around and go home, you
Okay.
know. So, but
You heard it
networking,
there.
yeah, networking is essential to build the business.
Mhm.
And I tell people who are introverted to not feel bad if you're not an extrovert. If you make one connection
Right.
at one event and you can do that one time a day, that is perfect.
One
Because that
connection, one event. Yes.
one event, one a day, that is 5 great connections every week. Oh my goodness. That's
Yeah,
20 a
that's so
month.
good. Even if you go and you might be intimidated by the people that work the room.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, like just have those introverts are so energized by getting one connection, and that
Yes.
person may not be your ideal client, but they know your ideal client. And so
Mm,
you made a genuine connection. And so
yes.
really introverts have such a great advantage at networking events because they're able to go deep in a
Correct.
conversation, whereas people like you can, are touching
Mhm.
everybody and it's harder for you to stop and focus on that one person. So
Correct.
really introverts have such an advantage there.
They really
That's
do.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I have so enjoyed, like, you are definitely one of those people you're at every single networking event that I have ever gone to. And I'm like, Stephanie is everywhere, all over DFW all the time. When do you find time to actually help clients?
Okay. People think I'm at everything. I'm
You
really
are.
not at everything, but I make it look like I'm at everything because I post a lot of things. So I post a
Oh,
lot on social media or I repost, and people or friends or acquaintances, Stephanie, you're at everything. Sure I am. I I really I don't think I go to everything.
yeah, yeah.
So I just make it look like I'm at everything. If
You
if
do are
if
you
you
doing your
really
own so are you doing your own social media, Stephanie?
I am still doing my own social media. I feel like I'm great at copying other um, marketers that I see that appear to be successful. I'm just kind of copying what I see others do. I didn't start working for myself until I'm an older person. I'm 60, almost 61. I know I look much younger than that, but I have been on Facebook for a long time, but that demographic, that age bracket is my target audience. And so that's my technical
Yeah. Is that where
knowledge.
most of your referrals come from, Facebook?
It is, yeah.
Mhm.
In threads of like neighborhood groups, that's where family members will ask for advice on,
Yep.
senior living advice. Where's a good
Yeah.
place? Where's a bad place? I'm worried about my grandma, my
Yeah.
mom. And then, like here at the holidays, people go visit their elderly loved ones and notice that their loved ones are worse off than they realized. Like they may have
Yeah.
been talking to them on the phone and thought everything was fine, but then when they go and visit their house, they realize the house is in disarray or in need of repairs, and it was too hard for the loved ones
Yeah.
to manage the house or
Yeah.
manage just their activities of daily living. And so then they'll give me a call and say,
Yeah.
is it time to make a move, or should we bring in caregivers, or how does that work? What does
Yeah.
Medicare pay for? Well, Medicare doesn't pay for that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know,
But you can give all the suggestions and resources and stuff. There are
yeah,
ways to get around it and resources.
yeah.
Um, you talked about being referred on Facebook. So let's
Uh-huh.
talk about you're very active. And I know that that's for me, that's sometimes intimidating. But I know that one of the things that you can do as an entrepreneur, because people are always mentioning Stephanie Duke, do you also do you also reciprocate that and mention people in your network as much as you possibly can?
Yeah, I I do try to make referrals as much as I can. When I see people asking for advice and recommendations,
Yeah.
that's the way it works.
That's
When I
where
first,
networking is magical
uh
because
huh,
we know each other. We meet
hmm
each other at networking events and I might not become your client, but I know people that will.
hmm
And so that's where the real magic of networking is, especially on social media, because
hmm
somebody's, I heard the saying is like, have friends that talk about you, that mention your name in rooms you're not in, not talking about you behind your back, but they're mentioning your
no,
names. And
right,
that's what social media is. Like, there's
hmm
friends on Facebook that are doing marketing for you, even when
uh-huh.
you're not in that room, because they see a need and they know, oh, I know Penny, or ooh, I know Stephanie would fill that seat.
Yeah.
So good.
And the networking is not always about making a business connection. You want to make a friendship, a sincere friendship connection of who would you, want to be friends with, who would you want to go have coffee with, who would you trust, who would you like, who would you have fun with. And so as you're meeting people, um, if you can schedule a one-on-one meeting with them, great,
Yep.
because that is how you get to know people, and then that is how you can recommend to someone, make
Yeah.
referrals and
Yeah.
recommendations as a friend. um, Even if you haven't got a need for their business, you may know of somebody um, in the future.
Yeah.
And so you can't always think of it as a business transaction,
Nope.
but you're a connector. You connect people to each other. And I believe in karma, things will turn around. I do give a lot of free advice. And one thing, my husband, I had to kind of train him in the beginning. I would give lots of free advice from inquiries, and he'd say, "Well, is this a paid thing?" And I was like, "No, but it'll come around. I promise."
Yeah.
It's
Have you
okay.
read the book, The Go Giver?
I've heard of it, but no, I haven't read
Okay.
it.
It's that basis
Uh-huh.
for business owners. It's the basis of like you just giving
Uh-huh.
away your knowledge.
Yeah.
And then I had Heather on here a few weeks ago, and she said we were talking about you give away the what, you give away the how, but not the you charge for the implementation.
Oh.
So those of us with knowledge are able to give away the what, we
Mm-hmm.
can give away the how. So I'm going to tell you what you need to do. I'm going to tell you how to do it, but I'm not going to do it for you for
Oh,
free.
that's good.
And so that's where you charge. And so it's just a really good line for me to remember all the time and for other entrepreneurs. Tell me, Stephanie,
That's good.
what has been financially, what has been difficult about opening your own business? Has there been any frustrating financial scenarios?
Well, the way my business works as a placement and referral agent, there's not a fee charged to the families that I help. So I serve them for free. I schedule tours, I meet them at the communities. Um, I love that. Give them guidance, and then they choose a community. They move their mom in. Or dad, and I bill the community um, for my referral fee, and so they are at like a net 30 or 60-day turnaround. So I don't get paid a referral fee until their loved one has lived there 30 to 60 days and that they're happy and satisfied with living there, successfully. And so that is hard. I have to budget that, okay, I'm not going to get paid for that for a while, you know. Um, so that was hard over this past year, just knowing that. And then the following up of, oh, you know what? That company hasn't paid me for longer than 60 days.
Yeah.
So
How often does that happen?
it's just happened twice.
Okay.
So that wasn't so bad, but had I forgotten about it, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
So
So you're entering those bills in a software so that you know what's open, so you don't
Hmm.
forget about them.
Yeah, sort
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. Great. I mean, that's what I would do. I would
Yeah.
say enter it into, if you have QuickBooks, enter it
Uh-huh.
into QuickBooks, send a bill from QuickBooks. That way you can look back and see, and it'll
Hmm.
open, every time you open it, it'll tell you there's a bill due because it hasn't
Hmm.
been paid. Sometimes we just make mistakes and don't receive the payment, but you
Uh-huh.
can follow up on those. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Is it
yeah,
because, do they pay that slow because they have the option to, do they have like a 30-day option to leave the place if they decide they don't like it in the first 30 days?
correct. So most of the bigger box communities, say bigger box, big senior living facilities, their corporate office may be in Florida, and it goes through several hands before it gets processed and finally gets delivered to the vendor, me, the vendor. And so it can be a slow turnaround. But the resident does have a lease agreement that they sign. Usually it's a 12-month lease that they will promise that they have to give a 30-day notice before they can break the lease. The community promises to not raise the rent for 12 months. Um, what else?
Yeah.
But they can get out of the lease if they're not happy within 30 days, the first 30 days. So, but usually they can't get any kind of a refund
Yeah.
if they were to break the
Okay.
lease. So,
Okay. I was
um,
curious about that.
mhm,
Interesting.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I don't, I'm not incentivized to only refer families to a community that has a contract with me. So I am going to refer people to the right fit for that that loved one. It doesn't matter what how much my referral fee is um, for wherever I'm going to refer them. It's going to be based on what their needs are and their budget and their location and then my personal experience with those managers at that community and what the best fit is for that family, you know.
Yay. Yeah.
So
You're so sweet.
well,
Are you excited about 2025?
I
Do you have
am.
some things that, like, okay, this worked in 2024, but I want to do this different in 2025? Are you
I have
thinking?
some goals for growing a team in my company.
Yay.
You know,
What's
I
your what's your dreams? What's the next hire that Stephanie wants to make?
well, I want to change the name of my company. Um, I first started my company as Stephanie Duke Resources. It was kind of a joke name based off of a Seinfeld episode.
Oh, yes. Okay.
When George Costanza he created the name of oh, what was it? Art Vandalay
Art
Industries.
Vandalay. Yeah, Vandalay Industries.
Okay, and so I thought of Stephanie
Importer,
Duke
exporters.
Resources. Um, anyways, but Stephanie Duke Resources does not tell you that it's senior living advisors at all.
Right.
And but I'm gonna rebrand and all that, but that's coming in the future. So I hope to do that in 2025. I hope to build a team of other agents like myself. Um, I just haven't found the right fit for that yet. I haven't built enough um, inquiries yet,
Okay.
to have salaried employees. If I started it right now, they would be 1099 agents, commission only, so there's no insurance benefits or anything, and
Right.
not everybody
Right.
can do that. So um,
Okay, so you're absolutely right. They can be 1099. I'm just going to talk for, like, at the finances of this. They can be 1099 commission only.
mhm.
Stephanie, there are people out there that would love to join you.
Are there?
Your ideal team member, I would say, would be somebody that's retired. And so they don't have to have that income to live on, but they want to do something. and they really love serving elderly people. They love working with families. I think there's people out there that would absolutely do that if they knew. Actually, I have a couple in my mind right now that I'll connect you with after this phone call
That
because
would be great.
I think that there's people that will do that. And when
Okay.
you're starting out as a solopreneur or entrepreneur and that's all you have, sometimes it's intimidating to say, like, I want to grow my team, but I'm not ready to do a full-time hire. And
Uh-huh.
so, where's the next step? And you're absolutely right. The next step is a 1099 contractor because they qualify according to the Texas rules of being a 1099, according to the IRS. And make sure you do all that stuff. Don't try to hire somebody the wrong way, but because
Yeah.
yours qualify, hiring a 1099 contractor is the way to go. And then
Okay.
grow from there. And then once you get to a place where you can be like, and they might just always be a 1099 contractor. I
Yeah.
mean, really, those commission based ones, they might just always, it's kind of like realtors. They have brokers and they
Uh,
have realtors. Those realtors are all that work for that broker. They're all 1099 contractors. They're
oh,
not salaried. And
okay.
so that's how your business would be set up,
Okay.
and it might just always be like that. Now, at some point, you might be able to have a full-time assistant, and you would want to pay her a salary or him a salary.
Yeah.
Maybe Bobby will be it. Be like, Bobby, I'll pay you to
Well,
assist me full time.
I jokingly call him my investor
Oh
because
yes.
he's the one with the paycheck. He's a teacher and a coach still,
Uh-huh.
and all he's had to invest so far is to buy my business cards at the beginning.
Oh, good.
That's the only
Yay.
collateral I have bought was business cards. So
Yeah.
um, it's that kind of a business.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
business cards. So
Yep.
that's great.
I think that's a great plan.
Yeah.
What other, so you want to, is there any, what about VAs or social media? Do you want to, is there things that you want to outsource that you're doing at some point?
Um, I am a bit of a control freak, so that's something I'll need to overcome eventually. But
Yeah, I
I'm
I fully understand.
yeah, not ready to give it up just yet. But I do know that some days when I have a lot of inquiries coming in over the phone or email, and I don't respond in a timely manner, and I feel a lot of guilt for that,
Uh-huh.
and I think, oh my gosh, I should have an assistant. Um, I do wonder if I'm missing out on business because I don't have an assistant. Um,
Yeah.
you know what?
Do you have a separate business phone number or is it just all
I
to your personal phone?
It's all on my personal phone
Okay.
for this whole year, so I just don't know when am I going to decide the right time is for that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I keep kind of comparing you to realtors because it's kind of the
Uh-huh,
same scenario. And realtors generally
uh-huh,
they have their same phone number. You can call them, text them,
uh-huh.
and they work a lot on the weekends. And they work a lot on the evenings because that's when people are home and calling you. And in your
Yeah,
line of business, that's when people are going to be calling you and texting
yeah.
you. Okay, so that brings me to my next question. Since you're my good friend, Stephanie, me and my family are going on vacation next week. We're leaving Friday. We're going
Fun.
to see Dolly in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I don't know if we'll see Dolly. I hope we do. Actually, I hope we see a black bear. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. I want to see one from the safety of the vehicle or the safety of the house. I don't
Uh-huh.
want to like meet one on a trail. So, but and then we're gonna drive up and go see the Ark Encounter. We're super excited. 7 days. I know that I need to unplug. I know that I have a great team. I have a couple of 1099 contractors, Stephanie, that
Good
work
for
with my
you.
clients. I have a great team. This is not a solo operation here. And my clients don't generally have, there's no life and death situations. How do
Mhm,
we, as entrepreneurs, even we're both small startups. How do we step out? How do
mhm,
we unplug? How do we get the rest that we need? There's a lot of, I'm feeling the anxiety of like stepping away for a week. And today I set up my vacation my vacation responder,
Uh-huh.
and my heart started palpitating, and I'm like, okay, this should not be happening. Like, I should be okay to walk away.
I'm so excited for you. I love vacations, and vacation with family creates those memories that are just amazing. So
Yeah.
Bobby and I went there last year, the week after Christmas, and
Did
it
you
was
see Dolly?
we did not see Dolly. We drove by that area. Um, so it was very cold. It was Christmas time. Um, it was kind of dreary. It was not sunshiny. There was not blue sky. I like blue sky and cold, not
Oh
gray
yeah.
sky and
Yeah.
cold. So,
Yeah.
but we saw a bear from the safety of our restaurant window. However, it is like hibernation time. So it
Yeah.
was rare to see a bear,
Hmm.
but it was going along like the riverbed by like the restaurant dumpster because there's food in dumpsters.
Hmm.
So it's dangerous. Like, don't let kids walk around uh, dumpsters. You
Right.
know, there's signs posted saying, close the dumpster lid when you empty your trash. And, because there's bears.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
real, there's bears.
Yeah.
Um, so you might see a bear. I don't know, but yeah, if you can see a riverbed and in the mountains, it's just beautiful, just so pretty.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't see what the last thing you said you were going to go try to see the Ark something. What
Oh, the Ark Encounter? In Kentucky. It's a life-size,
in
like,
Kentucky of the Ark?
duplication of the
Yes,
Ark.
the Ark. Okay, I thought you said that. Yeah, that's lovely. I have a friend that went to go see that, and he
Yeah.
took pictures, and it's just incredible. I have not seen it in person.
Yeah.
That's really going to be something. Um, yeah, that'll be amazing. So watch out for bears. But as far as unplugging, so you really should be able to unplug because you have those agents
Mhm.
to do the work for you for your clients, and your clients should not have a life and death situation.
They don't
Uh,
usually.
but when I go on a deep vacation, it does take me 24 to 36
Mhm.
hours to truly unplug and get away from electronics, and to unwind and relax. Because for years I have been like a realtor who needs to be on call 24/7 or else I will miss the sale. And
Yeah.
and I get a big adrenaline rush from closing the sale,
Yeah.
and I like to be there for my customer, my client, the family. Um, so um, in my business, I can work remotely. I can help a
Mhm.
family over the phone. Um, and I found that out last year when I started my own business. I helped a couple of people when we traveled to Vegas. um, I had to get in a quiet place so they didn't hear the ding, ding, ding of a casino, so I could sound professional.
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching, 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 ding, 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 ding. Um, yeah, memory care is very important. Hold,
Uh-huh.
please. I just won a
Uh-huh.
jackpot. No, but anyways, I could,
Is there ever a time where you intend to be able to turn it all off, where it's going to be okay for Stephanie to, what if you miss a sale? Will that be okay?
it'll be okay. But what I do, I have friends and I have colleagues that are in the same line of work, and I know now that I could call them and say, I know that I could forward my phone to them or leave a message on my phone and say,
Um,
please call my friend, my colleague while I'm out of town.
And do you guys pay each other a referral fee if you do that?
I'm sure that I could.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just haven't
that's a
had that
great
happen
way.
yet, but I know that we could. Although some may see us as competitors or whatever, we all have a good heart, and
Yep.
we're in the business for the same reason, you know. So yeah,
And if you're going to miss that sale for yourself, you might as well refer it to somebody that you know, like, and trust. because
Yes.
that person called you because they know, like, and trust you. And if
Yes.
they need that attention right now, you can refer them to somebody you know, like, and trust.
Yes.
And then I would work out a deal with each other to where it's reciprocal, that you'll pay each other a referral fee. Because obviously, if they close that sale, then they should pay you a referral fee. And if you close a sale for them, then they should pay you a referral fee.
Yeah.
Like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Um, some of the things that I'm doing, I made sure I sent all my clients an email early on, so they're all really aware that I'm going to be gone.
Mhm.
And I've got a separate business line set up, a separate business phone number. Now, some of them are friends too, so they text me. They know that if they text me on Sunday, I don't care about it until Monday. I mean, I care. No, I really don't. Not until Monday. But I know for me that I need that. I need that week of quiet because I really am excited about what 2025 has. And I really feel like the Lord's been talking a lot about 2025 and just dropping new ideas and new strategy and stuff. And if I don't get quiet long enough to hear it, and if I don't get quiet long enough to really write it down and come up with a vision for next year, my clients ultimately are going to suffer. And so for them, I want to take a whole week and let them talk with my team members, and be still taken care of, but let them know that, hey, I'm going to come back a much better version of Penny
Mhm.
because I'm able to take this week off. Penny's going to be better. 2025 is going to be better. I'm really excited about 2025. We've got some new offerings coming out. We've got some new software we're working on. I'm going to be doing some new webinars. I decided I love to talk to people on cameras. And so it goes really well. And I just love doing it. And so I'm going to be doing some new webinars for smaller businesses that are solopreneurs or entrepreneurs that might not be ready to outsource bookkeeping, but they need that knowledge and they need what I have. And so I'm really excited to be able to give that away.
Uh-huh.
um, and again, that's not a business relationship. That is a relationship, just friendships that I make. And then
Right.
I know that those people are going to talk about me in rooms that I'm not in. And so that's totally awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm just really excited about 2025. I know that getting away is a key. And
Yeah.
so for anybody that's watching, like, it's hard. And at the holidays, especially if you're in the accounting industry, it's really hard because we are looking at 1231, and it just is racing toward us, and there's W2s, there's 1099s. I want
BOI,
to talk in
right?
what? The
In BOI.
BOI. Yes. Thank you, Stephanie. You know about the BOI.
I know. I'm
If
really intelligent.
you if you have an LLC or another entity, you must file a BOI. And if you do not know what a BOI is, just Google it. It'll come up with FinCEN, FINCEN. You must file a BOI. If you have seen it on social media, it is not a scam. It is really actually true. It is something that they have put into place this year is the first time. If you have filed for a new LLC and recently, you have 30 days to file that BOI. And so it's very important. You can pay somebody to do it. I'll do it, but you can do it for free. And it takes like 15 minutes. Did you do yours for free, Stephanie? You did yours yourself?
I haven't done it yet.
Okay. But you can do it. You can do it for free. Dang it. And the biggest thing is you have to upload a copy of your driver's license to it and stuff. So they just want to know who owns the business. Okay. So obviously, Stephanie Duke Resources is probably owned by Stephanie Duke, but they want to know who the beneficial owners are of that. So you have to file that BOI. The other things that are coming at the end of the year are 1099s. And I know that a lot of entrepreneurs and solopreneurs and people that have started their business this year are not aware of what a 1099 is. And when I start to talk about these numbers, their minds start to go elsewhere. They start to dream of unicorns and rainbows and things that do not have to do with the IRS and taxes.
How
Right.
do you like my rainbow here?
I love it.
I'm such a
So
weirdo.
1099s, you must send a 1099 to anybody that you paid over $600 to. So Stephanie, if you had any agents under you this year, you would
Mhm.
1099 them. We talked about that. And the way that you 1099 them, you have to get what's called a W-9 from them. And a W-9 is a form that they sign, and they put their social security number or their EIN number for their business.
Mhm.
So going into 2025, I want to encourage anyone, make a New Year's resolution. I will not pay any subcontractor before I have a W-9 in my hand. And so
Correct.
just make that a rule of thumb. When
Mhm.
you're paying, before you hand that check over to a subcontractor, a painter, a VA, anybody like that, before you hand the check over, to ask them for that W-9. Why? Because once they have that check in their hand, they have no reason to answer your phone calls ever again, or your text messages. And, hopefully they will, but I am working with a lot of people right now that they don't. Once it gets to the end of the year, they're not going to answer your emails. They don't care about your W-9. They don't care if you're compliant. Okay. So make sure in the new year, say, new entrepreneur, am not going to hand over a check until I have that W-9 in my hand. And those 1099s have to be sent by January 31st. So I just wanted to mention that because this is December 3rd and it is coming along. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. There's a million places online. If you have QuickBooks, you can send them through QuickBooks. And again, reach out to me. I can show you how to do that. And then that is it, I think. Is there anything else, Steph? Oh,
I was
Stephanie,
going to
invite them to your group.
Well, I was going to say about my group. I do have a support group for family caregivers, um, people who take care or manage the care of their elderly loved ones. Um, it is important to take care of yourself and take a break from caring for your loved one if you can. Um, find a support group or a friend. Sometimes you might need to vent or sound
Yes.
ideas off of someone else. I created my support group when I was caring for my mom from 2009 to 2019. She had had a stroke, and that just started a 10-year process. But it was very stressful. I was trying to work and raise my kids and my husband. I was trying to raise my husband too, but um, it it was very stressful. So I surrounded myself with girlfriends, and anyways, the name of the support group is called Escape, and it's an acronym. It stands for Extra Special Caregivers of Aging People, um, especially.
Okay.
Especially? No,
Everywhere? I don't know.
something. I forget what the last E is for.
And they can find it on your Facebook page.
It's on Facebook. Yeah, I've got like
Okay.
3 Facebook pages, so good luck
Okay.
finding me. But Stephanie Duke is the main thing to find me.
Yeah.
But we meet on the second Friday of the month at different locations. So December 13th, we're going to meet at Accommodated Learning Academy in Grapevine for a special kind of meeting. We're going to do a craft with the art teacher.
Oh,
Yeah, she's going to teach us how to paint our own Christmas cards. So,
that's sweet.
yeah, and lunch will be included. It is a $20 fee for that, but that includes her skills and supplies and lunch. So,
That's a deal right
if y'all can
there.
get away, that's at 12:30 on December 13th, and it'll be fun and um, like 12:30 to 2:30 kind of time frame. So that's the escape group, and it's an acronym. So,
That's awesome.
oh, I
All
remembered what the
right.
last word is. I should have remembered it. Empowered
Yes.
escape. Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
And if anybody's watching that wants to do what you do, contact Stephanie. Let
Yes.
her know. If
Yeah.
you fit into that category of people that we're talking about, she's looking to expand in 2025. I'm very excited about what 2025 has.
Me
I'm very
too.
excited.
Yeah.
I
And
think I
yeah,
think that after this first year, I think you and I, because you and I started our businesses about the same time, so it took about a year to figure out. this is the kind of person I want to work with. This is what I really want to, this is the avenue I really want to be in. And me, I'm like you, I kind of want to change some of the marketing and some of the branding and stuff,
Mm,
just to really speak to who I really want to work with. But I'm
yeah,
really excited because I think going into this second year, like
yeah,
now I have focus. Do you
yeah,
feel that? Now I
yes,
have a little bit of focus. Like I've been trying to figure stuff out and now I kind of,
yeah.
okay, I think I'm getting there.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome. I'm
I have
excited.
I have found that, like, if I can help 4 families a month personally to move, make a decision for their loved one, that's something I can handle personally. Some months it has been more, but 4 families a month is doable for me. But needing more agents to grow the business is something I will need. I don't know what each agent will need for them personally to feel good and fulfilled. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I do network to build those inquiries, and then my inquiries come through Facebook. So
Yeah.
you know,
That's awesome.
yeah, I
Thank you,
love it.
Stephanie, for thank you so much for
Well,
joining
thanks
me
for
here
listening.
today. I appreciate it.
It was
If you'll
fun.
stay on, I'm going to end it and stay
Okay.
on for just a second so we can say bye.
Okay. Thank you.
And we'll say bye to our audience for now. We will see you guys not next week because I will not be here. I will be in Tennessee enjoying myself, not on social media. You guys have a great week.